first episode. We're so excited.
Of the Pay Attention podcast.
Yeah. I'm loved that the energy's still high, even though we've literally been here for 2 hours.
We've been here for so long, we've probably done like 3 podcasts already, but
honestly,
it's okay.
And it's so hot outside as well that I'm like...
I was sweating, but I'm actually fine now.
I know, I'm actually roasting now. It's cooler outside though now, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's so good, but we have been here for 2 hours, guys. It's been intense.
But welcome. I'm so excited.
I know, same.
We're like
this a secret.
hard launching this podcast.
Yeah, nobody knows this is happening.
Nobody knows except our mothers.
Our mothers know. Our mothers know.
Collect.
I'm so big on that hard launch. Like, I don't tell anyone anything and then it's out there.
Sorry, I moved to like Brazil and did a hard launch.
Oh, you did? I remember everyone being like, she's in Brazil. I was like, she's not in
It was
Brazil.
my favourite thing I've ever done.
It was a good day.
I love a hard launch.
Yeah, I love a good hard launch. So you're getting hard launch right now?
We're hard launching on you.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited.
We're just going to get straight into it.
Yeah. Let's just start talking because there's no point in introducing ourselves.
No point. You'll get to know us.
You will.
Do you know what I was actually thinking? Do you know what I love about this podcast and our whole idea and like the way that this is going to happen is like we know each other but we don't know each other.
Yeah, we don't know each other on like that level, but we know each other, like, do you know what I mean?
So we're going to get to know each other as you get to know us.
It's so true.
That's what I thought.
That's so true. Like, this is the start of it now, and then by the end of it you're going to know us as well as we know each other.
Yeah. Because it's not like we're like 2 best friends having a podcast.
No, we're not. And normally, I think that's normally how most podcasts start. Like, people are like, we're best friends, we like chatting, like, let's start a podcast. Or they'll do it in a certain area that they both really, really like. Like, we're not best friends starting this podcast.
I don't actually even like you.
I actually hate her. I don't even know I'm sitting here with her right now.
No, but that's what I thought. I had this thought in the shower and I was like, we are getting to know each other as everyone's getting to know us. So we're all getting to know each other together.
We all just becoming best friends really quickly.
Did we just become best friends?
I think so. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Where do we start? I think Love Island, because it started this week.
Fair.
Like, okay.
But it doesn't feel like week 1.
No, it doesn't.
It's not giving week 1.
It's not. It's a bit better than last summer and Christmas, I think, so far.
It's better than Christmas. I stopped watching Christmas.
I couldn't.
It was painful.
So bad. The girls, and I'm going to say it as a woman, we're all gaslighters at the Christmas one. I've never seen women behave like that.
I can't even remember.
Oh
like,
my
someone asked me, remember Shaq and the girl he was with? Tanya. I saw a picture of her recently and I was like,
she's stunning, to be fair.
How do I know that face? Who is she? Like, it
was just because of the Love Island, and that was January. Like,
it was Winter Love Island.
That wasn't even that long ago for us to forget about them.
Yeah, no, I stopped watching. It was painful. Yeah. Who even won?
Sanam and Kai.
Yes, yeah. And they are still together.
They're still together.
No, do you know what? Jesse and Will. They have.
I love them. I thought they should have won. I can't lie. I thought they should have won.
They've been coming up on my TikTok For You page.
He's gone down to Australia to meet her family, and he's grown out a mullet.
He's growing a mullet.
Yeah.
He met her baby sister.
Oh.
They're now
in the airport.
They're going to LA. They've left Australia. They've been and gone and done the thing, and now they're going to LA.
Going back?
Like, they were going to visit her family because she hadn't seen them.
That's a long way. Aren't they going to the opposite side of the world then, though?
To LA, you can fly the
other way. Okay.
So you can fly.
I forget that the globe. I just see, you know the way the
He was a flat earther.
No, do you know what I said to Mom recently? And I was like, this is actually, I can't believe that I thought this, and I can't believe I'm admitting this out loud now. But you know the way there's the globe? There'll probably be an image of the globe up here now and saying this. Antarctica's down here, and Arctica's up here.
You mean the North Pole and the South Pole?
North Pole and the South Pole, but one of them's called Antarctica, and one
Antarctica's in the north, I think.
Yeah, one of them isn't. But what I thought happened was, you know, the way there's snow on the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
I thought that was all one big snow on the other side. I thought that was one side of the globe. So on the other globe, I thought it was like... No. I thought genuinely...
You halved the world, like, down the middle as opposed to, like, the equator.
Instead of thinking flat Earth, think more like half a sphere.
So you were putting the equator vertical as opposed to horizontal?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. I said it to Mom, and Mom was like, Niv, what? And I was like, yeah, that's the way it works. It's the same thing. She was like, it's not. I was like, oh. And apparently, what I've learned from having that discussion is they balance out the whole globe. And that's why climate change is a problem, because if that happens, it'll tilt a different way and we'll spin a different. I could be lying, but I think that that's the way.
Do you
that
know
works.
what? You could tell me and convince me and say it with such conviction, and I would have no clue. I know where the equator is. I know that we are far away from it.
Yeah.
I know where all the countries are.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Now, I didn't do geography for the leaving set.
No, either did I, but I can I have a photographic memory.
So do I, but I've never cared.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know what, though? This is not a geography podcast.
No, sorry, we were talking about Love Island. Anyway.
How did we get there?
Because I was talking about flying the other way and then the Antarctica thing came up. Anyway, so far, what I will say is I love that they've slightly, and when I say slightly, they've slightly changed the type of person they have in the villa.
Yeah.
Not all of them are ripped. I've seen a few dad bods inside there, which we love. J'adore. Keep it that way. Like, I don't want to be looking on the screen while I'm eating and like looking at somebody who's absolutely ripped being like, oh my god, look at them in the summer love, like da da da, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't think that's
real.
My type.
Give me a dad bod all the time, all day, every day, over that, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's a lot more, I don't know, it feels like we've been 4 weeks in now, which I'm excited about. Who are your favourites? I want to know. Tell me.
I don't have any favourites. I don't like any of them. I can't lie.
He was like, I hate them all.
I hate them all.
Do you not have any favourites?
I love that blonde Cockney girl. Is she from Essex? Molly. Love her. Okay. Rest of them. Oh no, actually, sorry. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
Catherine, the Irish girl. Oh, I've never actually laid eyes on anyone more beautiful than her. She's fucking stunning. And also, do you listen to the Receipts podcast?
No.
Everyone's saying on Twitter, and I thought when she walked into the villa, I was like, she looks like somebody that I kind of know. Now, I don't know this woman I'm about to say, but I was like, she looks like somebody I know. And she looks like Audrey from the Receipts podcast, and everyone's saying it on Twitter, and I was like, I knew she looked like somebody that I thought I knew. But she's gorgeous. She's my favourite. Her to win. We have to back the Irish all the time.
When I saw the thing that Love Island released before the episode, when I saw that one of her, I was like, if she looks this good in the... What do they call it?
You know those Love Island pictures they do? Everyone looks ugly in them. Everyone always looks ugly.
Everyone looks hideous, and she looked unreal. And I was like, if she looks this good in the promo pics, my jaw is going to hit the floor. And my favourite is actually Whitney.
Who's Whitney then?
Whitney's the new girl.
Who's she?
The wig company.
Oh, I fucking love her. I love that she walked up to what was that guy's name?
Andre.
And she was like, Andre, and she's like, are you gonna give me a compliment? I was like, dead fucking right, you should be saying that. She's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, iconic. Have you healed? Like, I just
love her, and I love that.
I like her
like,
energy.
She's too young for me. Like, she's so self-aware. Like, she's just stunning. 10 out of 10. I love her. Yeah, I love her as well now. See, I haven't learned their names properly.
I wish they put their name on the screen at the start, like, all the time.
So while they were talking, so we could kind of get used to them. But now they're like, oh, this one, I kind of like this one. I'm like, who's that again?
And their star signs, I would enjoy.
Yeah, but there's a Love Island astrology page that goes.
I know. I unfollowed it, but I must refollow again. I don't know why I unfollowed it. I'm normally not that girl. I'm normally not the girl to like unfollow and refollow. Either I follow people or I unfollow them.
But I feel like that's a seasonal thing though. I'm like, if I've consumed their content and I don't like it for a while, I'll unfollow, but I'll refollow when I'm like, oh, actually I miss watching their content.
Really?
Yeah, but not people I know, like celebrities and stuff, or like meme pages. Like, I wouldn't do that to...
Yeah, I delete who I follow quite often. Like, I'm so cutthroat. Like, I don't care if I knew you in secondary school.
I feel mean. I'm like, there's certain people where I'm like, I met you once in college during the day and I can't unfollow you, like. Because what if I ever bump into them again? They're like, you stop following me on Instagram, because that happened to me before.
See, do you know what my out was? I lost my Instagram in 2021.
Do you remember that?
That was a hard moment. It was so,
yeah,
I was so
bigger now,
stressed. I don't know. I think number wise it's actually pretty much the same, because like some people transferred over but other people didn't.
Yeah.
But I was so stressed because I was about to hard launch that I was moving to Dubai.
God, I remember
and
that.
It was all happening at the same time.
I remember voice noting you being like, what is going on?
And I just didn't have enough time to be stressed, so I was like, fuck it, I'll make a new one. So then I didn't have to refollow people I didn't want to refollow.
That's so fair. I'd love it.
Because like a lot of people didn't refollow me, so
yeah, true.
But like I don't think
it matters.
I think people use Instagram for different reasons.
Yeah, I don't take it personally at all. I don't use Instagram. Like maybe when I was in college, like 5 years ago, I would have taken offense to it, but like now I don't at all because I don't really use it. Like
Some people have apps that tell them who unfollows them.
What?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
When I was re-downloading Instagram on my new phone yesterday, I don't know if you heard that I got a new phone yesterday.
Show them the phone. Oh, it's
I
recording.
can't.
Never mind. I looked over there confidently and said, "Show them.
Show them.
Show them the phone.
Show them the phone." No, but when I was
What is it, a
re-downloading
12
Instagram,
Pro? 12.
13 Pro.
13 Pro. That's why it was so hard to get.
No, it was so hard to get because Apple are idiots.
I know. Do you know what I
Get phone
thought?
insurance.
I said as well when she came in today, and let's just disclaimer, you've no cover on that phone.
No, because I haven't bought. I have a cover. I just I have to find it in my
So she's
room.
no cover on this phone. Let's just keep that in mind, that the reason why she couldn't get it fixed with Apple in the first place is because she broke the back of it before. She broke the front screen, right? And she walks in with no case on today. I was like, you are looking for trouble, Missy. Like,
Number one, it's insured now.
yeah, fair enough.
And number two, I don't think I would have broke it at Christmas time if there wasn't alcohol involved.
Okay.
And the second time I broke it was unfortunate
Yeah.
because it was on my wired headphones and I felt something fall out of a car.
Have you stopped
I
using
thought it was a
wired?
chicken fillet roll.
How cheap that would have been if it was the chicken fillet roll.
I thought it was a chicken fillet because it was my brother's friend's car, and you know the way
Oh,
boys' cars have
yeah.
like a million water bottles and like chicken
Yeah,
fillet rolls and whatever.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
looked down and I was like, "Oh, that's disgusting." I didn't think too much. Went into the house. I was like, "Where's my phone?"
Oh
And the next thing, I go out to the driveway. The phone is face down,
Mm.
and I had
Do you know
bear
that
in mind
instant
just got it
sink you
fixed.
get in your heart, and you're like, it's broken.
I had just got it fixed. Picked up the phone. Heartbreak. Shatter. And it wasn't even broke. It wasn't even the glass.
No.
It was Joe that ink.
Yeah, sorry, that happened to mine, and
It's
I
like a
broke
squid.
it off the frame as well.
Yeah, but you caught yours in a car door.
Yeah, but
Do
I
you know
yeah,
what?
but I didn't know. I went back up to my room, my apartment as well, and I was like, "Where's my phone?" I ran downstairs, and the taxi driver was there and was like, "Sorry, love, you dropped your phone." I goes, "You are such a kind man. Thank you so much for waiting for me." And I walked over, and he's like, "I've got really bad news for you," and he like
Oh no,
showed
it
it
was
up.
a bad day
and
for
I was
him.
literally on I just got the taxi back because I was getting ready to get the taxi over to the girls' house because I was going to warehouse project, and I remember just looking at my phone and like it had broken off the frame, and I was like,
Did you still go out?
I texted him on WhatsApp web and I was like, "Enjoy your night."
What?
I had nothing. Like, I don't have a Mac, so like all I would have had access to was WhatsApp web, and I was just like, "I'm not going out tonight. Enjoy your night." And she kept ringing me then
On your cracked phone.
and I was like, "Excuse me, I can't answer. Did you not hear that my phone is broken?" Anyway, thank God my friends came around, rescued me, had a spare phone. And in fairness, because I didn't have access to my bank, they paid for my whole night. But what happened to you though is the fact that it happened in such a short space of time to each other.
Yeah, that was the hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Mercury retrograde. To be
Yeah,
fair.
I think it was. You get hit by it really hard
Do
usually.
you know what? I didn't until 2023.
Really? No, I used to get it in straight in, no kissing until this year. Now I've got an easy year this year, but I don't want to jinx myself.
Whitney is my fave.
Yeah.
Zachariah.
Zachariah, he needs to go. I'm
What?
sorry.
No.
Are you joking? So what? He's finally bagged Catherine, and then next minute Molly says, "Oh, I don't know. I think he was a good kisser." And now you're open to talking to somebody else. I know
I'm
it's
sorry.
early days.
It's 2 days in.
I know, but how do you bag a baddie like Catherine and then just be like, "I'm gonna go for Molly"? Like, no.
I think it just keeps it interesting at the start. No. Like,
You know what's gonna happen? So basically, what I think is gonna happen is an unbelievable girl is gonna come in, and Tyreek is gonna sway.
Tyreek.
Is it Tyreek?
I thought we were talking about Zach.
No, but I'm saying this is the other guy, Tyreek.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna do the same thing. I think he's gonna like flip if another girl.
Oh,
comes
you're
in.
just going into a different tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, how does this tie into Zach and Molly? But Zach's my favorite boy. Like,
Would
as
you
in
pick Zach
who?
if you're in there?
Yeah.
Would
Like
you?
based on like personality, overall vibe and energy. I wouldn't pick Andre. He's 21. I wouldn't
But
pick
he's
Tyreek.
nice though.
I wouldn't
but he
pick
is too young
Tyreek
for us.
because of the comment about the pulling and shagging.
What did he say?
Oh my god, he was like, pulling and shagging's all I know, because he stopped counting after he got with 100 girls, and then he goes, pulling and shagging's all I know. I've never had a girlfriend. So
Yeah.
that's him out.
I know, but
The
he is
French
really
guy,
handsome. He is really
Mehdi.
handsome.
Medi's, do you know what? I
think
have a thing for a man with an accent.
Yeah, so
Or
do
like-
I. And I also think the girls are overlooking him, and I think that he would give off the same vibe as the guy inside 365. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
He's Italian, but French-Italian. They're kind of similar, but same, but different.
Yeah.
So I think if somebody actually gave him the chance, I think he's kind of holding back. I think he would actually be really nice to get to know.
I want to see him and Whitney together and like how that develops.
Yeah.
Who else isn't that? Mitchell is not my type. Mitchell is giving me Luca vibe. Like, it couldn't be less my type if he tried.
Who's he now?
Mitchell's the guy with Molly.
Oh, he's so possessive of Molly as
that's what I
well.
mean. He's giving Luca.
I'd be so bad.
Zach's the only one. Unless you could couple up with one of the girls.
If Dre wasn't so young, I'd say either Dre or Tyreek. I would.
Who's Dre?
Dre is the guy.
Andre. Oh, sorry, we're giving them nicknames now. Okay.
My Dre.
He was like, I'm coupling up with Dre. So that's Love Island. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think we'll do like weekly kind of check-ins of how we're feeling and what's going on.
I think we should.
But this podcast is absolutely not surrounded. No.
By it.
What word am I trying to say?
It is not like completely centered around it.
This podcast is not a Love Island podcast. Do you know what I want to talk about?
Go on.
Why is smoking becoming hot again?
Oh my god, yeah, I seen the Kylie Jenner with the... What were they? I can't say this right now. Marlboro Gold?
Do you smoke?
No, I don't smoke.
Yeah, you've really bad asthma. He was like inhaling before the episode. Like...
I tried so hard to start smoking when I was in college. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Oh my god, so basically I dropped out, long story short, and I had to go back, but I was a year below all of my friends, so I had to make friends like on my own. There was no one on orientation day.
Yes.
So I just thought like, how do you make friends? And I just thought like, oh well, normally people like are like roll up a little rollie or a cigarette and they're like, sorry, do you have a lighter?
In the smoking room.
Yeah, but people used to do it on campus as well, so I thought if I did that, so I bought a box of rollies, but then I realised I didn't know how to roll up, so I was like, no good there, and that was the end of that.
Little boxes of rollies to make friends. Oh, that's so sad. And just hoping that someone asked you for a rollie.
Yeah, and just being like, oh, sorry, can I borrow a lighter off you? And oh, is this your first day? Like, I thought that would be a really good way. But then I was like, how was I going to smoke? I probably would have vomited on top of them.
Or not, you wouldn't have even been able to smoke because you can't roll a rollie. So you would have just been there being like,
and I couldn't afford a full box of cigarettes because I was in college, like, so had to be, remember the 5-year Amber Leaf that there was?
We love the rollies and the cigarettes.
Do you smoke?
No,
you don't.
Never. Like when I was very young, when
socially
everyone used to go in the smoking room.
Yeah,
like when nightclubs were a thing, everyone used to be in the smoking room.
Horns smoking area.
Oh my god, Horns, Fabric, like all the nightclubs had a smoking area, and that's where everyone kind of convened. So you might end up like having one, or if you're trying to be like really hot, or if you get to a point, I don't know, I think there's something, I don't enjoy cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, but they're hot. Yeah. Like you see Dua Lipa uploaded an Instagram today.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of just sneakily, like, I don't know, are all the cigarette brands like doing secret brand deals?
I was about to say, tinfoil hat on. I think because the vapes got so popular, this has to be a marketing. There has to be, big tobacco has to have a
in the last 3 weeks, Jenna Ortega, Kylie Jenner, Dua Lipa today. And Dua Lipa's, I think, is actually...
And she's a singer as well, so she shouldn't really be... although Doja Cat vapes.
But Dua Lipa's was an Instagram post. It was like the first slide of a carousel.
I saw it, actually.
I don't know, was it for a music video or something?
Was she standing on the side?
Either way...
She was like sideways or something, was she?
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think it's very hot. There's something very hot about, like, smoking, but also
Shall we start smoking?
No.
For the next... Test it.
I couldn't
We'd
think of
actually
anything
light
worse.
this whole studio
But
up.
if vapes were a thing when I was 13, 14, 15, like, I would have no lungs.
I'm so grateful that they weren't a thing when we were younger.
I would have popcorn lung.
Yeah, fully.
But they are becoming like really attractive.
I'm not going to lie to the public here, I have, when I've been drunk, taken a pull of a vape here and there. And they're very fruity.
I've never tried a vape.
It's like having an ice pop or something.
See, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's really dangerous.
They smell so much better though.
Yeah, and it doesn't even... Yeah, because you know when people smoke cigarettes, you can smell it on their hands.
You can smell it if someone like walks past you.
I remember one of my exes used to like smoke cigarettes, and like when he'd come back in, like he'd have to wash his hands because I'd be like, get away from me, I can actually smell it like off you. No, it's stank. But the vapes do. But like, do you never notice like some people, I was driving down like, I don't know where it was from the last day, but one of my friends was in the car, and like all I kept seeing was like a fog of smoke coming from my like back left shoulder because I was driving. I was like, are you vaping? She's like, yeah, sorry girl.
They're so dangerous because you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, you can.
You can do it in your sitting room watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people smoke indoors anyway, but
it's crazy. Whereas like cigarettes, it's an action. You have to actively go up and do it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, thank God. Don't do it anyway. It's really
don't
bad.
vape, kids. This podcast will never be sponsored by vapes.
Yeah. No, never.
Right.
I just came back from America. It was
Tell
amazing.
me about America. Tell me about everything.
So we went to America. Now everyone has been asking me since I came back, like, what did you do? How was it? Like, was it really good? And I'm like, yeah, it was amazing, but like we didn't really do that much. And everyone's like, oh, but like America's like once in a lifetime. But it's like our best friends live in Boston. They have done so for the last like 6 or 7 years, but we haven't gone to visit them yet, and they only come home at Christmas. And you know yourself at Christmas, like you only see your friends like rushed for like a day or two.
Yes.
We do an Airbnb, but like 2 days with them just isn't long enough. So 2 other of my friends, so 3 of us went over to Boston, and we landed, and the second day we went to New York. And like I absolutely loved it every second of it, because I'm not even going to bring it back up, but I went to San Fran and Berkeley before, and I just hated it. I hated every second, and I was like, I'm never coming back to America ever again. I was like, I'm just not doing it. And went there, and I was like, I absolutely love it over here. Like, I can see myself living here. Like, I really, really love it. But it was so good. We just did the usual typical things, but we managed somehow, because the things we wanted to see were all free. Like, we wanted to go to Dumbo in Brooklyn because we wanted to go to Brooklyn, and we wanted to like go to one of the bridges. I know that's not Brooklyn Bridge, but one of them. We went to Ground Zero. We went to Times Square and stuff, and like all those things, but like we didn't really do massive bits either, do you know?
I feel like being a tourist is kind of overrated.
Yeah, I hate just
like also it's a lot, like going on holidays to like be going.
Yeah.
Like here, there and everywhere, like getting up, like having a plan, like
yeah.
I feel like because you visited those friends, it was like you kind of
chilled.
You integrated into their life and like what they do in America.
That's
as opposed
exactly
to
what we did. Like we didn't like go, okay, let's do these touristy things, this and this. Like they took us like a few places and it was perfect. But like when like the girls were asking me, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, for like 2 days of it, we genuinely like sat in our beds and like hung out, watched Maury, which was random. Like we came home in New York one night, we were so tired. I was like, does anybody want to watch the best bits of Maury on YouTube? And like we just started watching Maury. Then when we got sick of that, we moved on to 60 Days In, because I've seen that before. Have you seen that? It's really good. It's like these people going to jail for like 60 days. It's like so
as
good.
a social experiment,
but like they're real criminals, and the criminals don't know, and like the police officers putting them in don't know. It's only the production crew and like 2 officers know.
Shit.
So we watched some of that, and then we watched, this shows how much TV we watched over there. We watched that, you know, Love or Death thing about that murder in America, Candy Montgomery. It was a weird one, but watched that, and then we moved on to Naked Attraction, and that was all our holiday viewing. And when I mean to say we stayed home like a few days of it.
But that's nice because you hung out.
Yeah, we did. And like I said that, I was like, if we went back, I'd actually nearly probably say let's do more days inside, because the laughing, the getting takeaways, the getting food, like just you can't get that time back with your friends, especially not in your 20s. Do you know what I mean?
And like if you all lived in the same place, that's what you'd be doing every day. Yeah. Like you wouldn't be doing a big tourist thing every day straight for like 2 weeks or a week.
Yeah, literally. And I felt like we were in, like one of our friends sent in this meme. Do you know Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Do you know the grandparents? Oh, sorry. You know the grandparents, and they're all lying in the bed. That was us, because there was this fold-out bed like in the couch, and 2 of us were sleeping on that, but it honestly could have housed about 5 people. It was fucking massive. Like we didn't even feed each other in the bed. And then poor Dave, like he slept on the floor because he just like loved sleeping on the floor.
I love being on the floor. When's his birthday?
His birthday was actually the 24th when we left.
Of May?
Yeah. Is he a Gemini or a Taurus?
He could be a Taurus. He definitely has Earth placements.
Yeah, he does.
Even though he's probably a Gemini, actually.
Is he on the cusp though?
He probably has other like I feel like Earth placements like being on the floor.
He slept so well on the floor, and then upstairs, like the 2 girls had their beds the whole time except for when we were in New York. And it was so funny because that fog that's in New York now, like we only missed it by about like 10 days or something.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. And like I was like, thank God, guys, because you know how asthmatic I am. I would have been puffing on that.
You would have been locked in the hot press.
I would have been so bad. And I was like, girls, thank God. And then they were like, Oh yeah, thank God. They were like, it would have been such a shame if we had to stay inside watching TV. And I was like, that's so us though. Like we would have, you know.
All the time.
So the men in New York are like so to the point. Like they're like, they'll come up and they'll just like talk to you and chance you and everything. And like, I feel as Irish women, like we're not used to that because obviously Irish men aren't like that.
Irish men are not like that.
Not in the slightest. And I need a bit of that, I can't lie, because I'm very closed off. But like this one guy came up and was like, by the way, my extensions are out. That's why my hair is back in a bun. But at this time, I had like my lovely long extensions in. And he was like, I just had to come up and say that you look beautiful. And at the time, I thought that, you know, he was part of the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh my God, thanks so much. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, pure, like...
You're like, he's complimenting my hair,
I'm such
so
an
he's
ally. I was
obviously
like,
a girl, like,
love you, queen. Like, yeah, I was like, love you. And then he was like, and your nails, da 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 da. And I was like, okay.
Was he hot?
He was okay.
Okay.
Then he came back with he was like, oh, he was supposed to bring his friend. Now his friend was hot. I hope he doesn't see this now. I think he does. I hope he doesn't follow me on Instagram now.
I was wondering, I was like, how would a random American guy in a bar see the podcast? You're like, I hope this doesn't reach his For You page.
Media? But so anyway, he followed me and then whatever. So he came over and he was like, oh, my friend thinks you're really good looking. And I was like, who? And then his friend like walked past. Friend, gorgeous. It's always the friend. It's always the friend. It's never them. It's always the friend. The friend just took such a shine into me. He overtook, and he was like, "I just gotta ask for your social media, whatever." And then he was like, I was like, I gave it to him or whatever, and I left. And before I left, I was like, "Oh, are you working like at the moment?" And he was like, yeah, I guess we're always working. Just to put into context, we were in the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square. So I thought when I see that this man dressed up as a sailor that he was one of the guys.
He was a waiter.
Or like one of the guys you go up and you take a photo with and you pay $100. You know,
Wait,
they're
who
in
was
Times
he?
Square. So he was actually in the Navy.
Oh, so he wasn't dressed up.
He wasn't dressed up. And I was like, are you working tonight? But it was like Memorial Day. It was like Fleet Week.
Mm.
Do you know, over there? Or Fleet
I don't know
Weekend.
what that is, but yeah.
It's something to do with like, they dock the ships and like everyone celebrates their hard work or something.
Okay.
I could be completely wrong. But anyway, so he was actually in the Navy. And I was like, oh, are you working? This guy's uniform, he might as well have been Popeye. Like,
he was like, we're always representing our country.
He was like, I guess we're always working. Yeah.
Our accents are so good.
Literally. And but then I was just like, because I thought that they were just like working in Hard Rock Cafe, like we're a part of the promo team, and they weren't. But I was also in Times Square and a guy followed after me, and he had like these like a bundle of roses, and he was like, here you go. And I was just like, no, I don't want them. And he followed me into the shop and he was like, I'm not like that, shoddy, take the flowers. And I was just like, I know how this works. You're going to give me the flowers. I'm going to have to pay for them. Keep the flowers. I don't want them. And then he goes to me, he just pulled out his phone. He was like, give me your number. And I was just like, I'm Irish, it's fine. I'm not going to be around for long anyway. And he goes, give me your number. So I gave him my number.
Can I have your number?
And I went to walk away and he went like this to me to stop me. He rang to make sure it was the right number. And there was like this pause because obviously it's an international number. And then it finally came up. And then he went to text me. He's like, why is it green? And I was like, I have no Wi-Fi over here.
And Americans like are iMessage people.
Yeah, they are. He texted me then the next day and he was like, will I read out the message of what he said? Yeah. It's so funny. What's good, baby girl? Wait. It literally says, what's go? What's go? That's obviously what's good. He goes, what's good, baby girl? It's the tall, light-skinned boy from NYC. My name is Shane. How are you? I goes, are you the fella that followed me into the shop? And he goes, yeah, how are you? And I was like, I'm good. Look, Shane, I hate to break it to you, but I'm definitely too old for you, but it was lovely to meet you. Goodbye.
And he brought you a whole thing of roses.
Which I declined politely. Yeah, I ghost everyone, though. That's my problem. I feel like that's my thing. That's my...
See, I think I'm the opposite. See, I don't think Well, no.
I think you are a lover girl, and I am a lover girl. You're more of a lover girl than I am. I'm like 25%. If you catch me in between that 25% catchment area, you're good. You, on the other hand, you're 75%, and you're willing to give something a chance.
Do you know what? If I entertain someone, it's like I feel like you'd see Shane. I wouldn't have even responded to Shane.
I just thought it was
Do you know what I mean?
Because I was like, this fella followed me into the shop and he bullied me into giving him my number, like.
But you know, whereas I'm like, I would only entertain someone if there's a vibe or an energy or an attraction.
Same.
So if there's not that...
You're more selective. I am selective too, but
I'm not saying you're not selective, but I'm saying
you're very selective where you put your time.
Well, if I'm talking to someone, like, I don't know, every single man that I have, like, been speaking to, other than this one era when I was living in Dublin, other than that short amount of time, every other man, it's like either I've gone on one date and never spoke to them again, or I've gone on one date and they became my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, there's no...
See, that usually used to happen to me, but I went through this phase, like, from when I was, like, really young, that I'd always end up accidentally in relationships. And I remember, like, when I mean accidentally, like, all of mine were accidental. I just kind of wanted to know what was going on with a lot of them. And then I was trying to figure out, and then
like,
next
mentally?
minute, I was just like, what's going on? Like, are we meeting up with each other? What's the story? And then they were like, yeah, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, but I'm such an avoidant, so I know I have to say yes, because I'll say no out of fear instead of, like, giving it a chance. So I always say yes and do. So I kept accidentally basically getting into a relationship. And then, I'm not saying I didn't want to be with whoever I was. I obviously did eventually, but at the start I didn't, like, and I think that's very clear. And then when I was in my master's and I went through a big breakup, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm doing my master's. Like, the only person who's, like, the longest relationship I'm going to have in my life is with myself. The only person I should rely on to support me is myself. Like, so let me just work on myself and, like build my career and that's all I've done for the last few years. But anytime I got, like, remotely close to being in a relationship, I'd always be like, pick a fight, and then I'd be like,
you're gone too far off the other end.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, I got so comfortable with being on my own, I think, that
I love being single.
I love it.
I have an unpopular opinion, and a lot of people won't agree with this. I genuinely think, now, of course, everyone's on this life to have a different path and their different things. And some people find a person and they stay with them, and it works out great.
Yeah.
But I do think being single for a chunk, like a significant chunk of your 20s, ideally after 25, as a woman, is so important. I think it's so important. More. Maybe it's only important for me.
No, I think it's so, because, like, that is such a time where you learn about yourself.
You don't know who you are. Like, I think back to my younger self, and, like, any ex that knew me before my most recent one, like, who is that girl? Don't know her.
I know, genuinely. And I feel like that's the same with me as well, though. Like, there's a lot. I know I'd like to think I'm still on good terms with, like, the majority of mine, with the exception to a handful of them, which I'm absolutely not on good terms with. But I'd like to think I am. And then, like, I just think, like, I don't, like, when it ends, you know, people are normally like, oh, F him and da-da-da. I never hate them. I'm just like, it's done now.
No,
that's the time of my life, it's done.
Yeah, no, I don't know how I am with breakup. I've never had, I have had someone cheat on me, but not in the, like, way it happened that it was hateful. Obviously, being cheated on is not good.
No,
but
it's not.
There was a lot of long distance situations involved, and also I kind of knew at the time, but I didn't know. But now looking back, I knew. Like, I knew. I had a dream. I had a premonition. I thought about this recently.
So many of the girls that I know, like, they have dreams about it, and then they figure out that they actually did cheat on them. Like, it's so crazy.
I only realized in the shower, like, a few weeks ago, because I had a dream at the time with someone, and I said it the next day, and I was so pissed off. And, like, usually I wouldn't get pissed off. So that's also a sign. Like, I don't know what I was thinking about in the shower. I was just in a very introspective week. I think it was the full moon or something. And I was so introspective. And I was in the shower and I was thinking of the whole thing. And literally alarm bells went off in my head in the shower. And I was like, that was the night.
Oh my God.
That man, like, cheated on me. I don't know how many times, but, like, because I was so pissed off. And instead of him being like laughing it off or being like, oh my God, what are you on about? Or like being like, don't be silly or reassuring, he got really pissed off with me for getting pissed off.
That's the reaction. That's when you know.
And he was projecting.
Like,
and he was like, I'm at work. Like, you are stressing me out. Like, turn it all on me.
That's 'cause-
I
that's
ended
'cause
up
you cheated,
apologizing. 100%. I had a
hate-
dream. It was so vivid.
Do you ever hate when you apologize and you're like, I know I shouldn't have apologized in
Yeah.
that situation? Because I feel like I
Absolutely.
apologize a lot of the time. Now, I don't now, but back in the day, I used to apologize a lot when I shouldn't have been
Yeah,
apologizing.
because people pleaser.
Yeah, what's that about? Now I just try to please myself. I'm like,
Now I just please me.
yeah, I do what I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy because I have like a lot of my friends as well have had dreams about it and then they've like figured out that their boyfriend actually did cheat on them.
Like a full premonition.
That's crazy. I've always had like a suspicion about 1 or 2 exes, but I've never had the proof.
I do have proof, actually. Do I? I'm like, do I or did I gas myself?
Or did I have another dream?
Did I gas
That was a
myself?
really
No.
realistic
I
dream, though.
definitely. It was never confirmed, but I know.
Mm,
Do you know that?
yeah.
Do you know when you know, but you don't
Yeah.
know, and then afterwards you're like, I knew, I just didn't. It's
I
not
just
that I
didn't
didn't
want to know.
It's not that I didn't want to know, but it. Well, when I had the dream thing, it was just, and the dream was so vivid.
Was it?
I got so angry,
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
like, I felt so bad then. I probably ended up apologizing.
But like, what would like say now, after all that experience? Because obviously getting cheated on is like not a nice thing. Like, what would your like ideal man be?
I don't know. Do I have like? Do you know the way on Love
type?
Island? They're
I
like,
don't
what's
have a
your
type
what's your
either.
type? Like all my exes look so different.
Not even like look wise, but say quality wise.
No, they all look so different.
So do mine. Like you couldn't even put mine in a
Like if
lineup,
you line them up and it
all
was like,
different.
what's the commonality? It would be
Nothing.
like,
nothing. Maybe the fact that they're all liars, but other than that, nothing really that I can add to the basket. Like.
no honesty in
No.
the chat, but you can't even see that, which is the thing.
Literally.
I think my type would be, I like someone who is intelligent,
Yeah.
who's like very, very smart and very, very like, I'm very independent and I know what I want and I know what I want to do. And also because I like post YouTube videos and share my life on YouTube.
You want them to be
I want
open.
them to not even to be like on camera, like making couples challenge videos, but like to get it and
That
be
would be
like,
so cute. I can imagine one
no,
of those.
no, I
Could you
would
do that?
never. No, I would
Oh,
never.
of course.
Imagine trying to explain to the world why you broke up with someone.
Oh my god, I hate those
Imagine
videos. You know,
having
people are like,
to do a black
sit
square.
down here and you're like, hi guys.
No, a black
So-
square Instagram post. We've decided to consciously uncouple. No.
No. So quality wise, like you don't want them particularly to like get into the videos, but you want them to be kind of comfortable.
I
with
like
it.
I like when I see couples.
Mm.
There's this girl, I think she was on Love Island South Africa.
Is there Love Island South Africa?
I don't know, or maybe Too Hot to Handle or
Or
something.
maybe it's too hot. to
So
handle.
basically, I can't remember her name. I follow her on TikTok. She's 30. She's
Okay. What's her
gorgeous.
name?
Don't know. She's somewhere on my TikTok. Then she has a boyfriend. He's really tall. He's a
Okay.
really tall man. They have a dog called Mackenzie.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know
They're
the name either. Yeah.
so
'Cause
cute.
I remember thinking Mackenzie is such a human name to give a dog.
Well, especially because one of my best
Best friends
friends
is called Mackenzie as well,
literally.
yeah.
But anyway, they have a dog called Mackenzie. Your man's 24. She's 30, which I only found out recently. But they make couples videos and I really like them. But that would be if you ended up with someone who does that.
Yeah. See, now this is where I'd be conflicted as well.
Do you follow Monet McMichael?
Yeah, I do. I love her. And her fella. Oh,
That's the type of content I'm trying to create with a man.
honestly,
That is the
that
type
is-
of content.
That is the goals. She is
Gorgina.
chef's kiss.
Her editing.
Did you see the video though of her? You know the way she does the armpit waxing and everything.
When he
the
was
fella in
waxing
it.
him, and he was like, I like the hair. Oh, green flag.
I was like,
He's
when
my
he just-
type.
When he
That man.
walked into the screen, I was like, I just would. This couple.
No, but his
Amazing.
personality, that man's my
just-
type.
Yeah, he's
Intelligent,
that's exactly, yeah.
self-aware,
Yeah, gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Although I'm prone.
Even though I don't even, once I find them attractive, I don't care.
I was gonna say because I'm actually quite well known for going for a medium ugly man, and my friends kill me over it. And they always say, I don't know what your type is, because like once you'll be like, you know, seeing someone who we all find attractive, and the next minute this creature that like, and I'm like, yeah, but I think they're beautiful because I go for personality. If you can make me laugh, like, you're sorted. That's all you need, really. There's no standard with me. Like, do you know what I mean?
When I was younger, I went for the most questionable looking men.
At least you could say that when you're younger. I'm doing
Yeah.
27.
Whereas I've done a reverse. Like, but
now you're
well, I think they're attractive. So
yeah,
it's not that they're
same.
they
And it's not that
probably
I don't go for
conventionally attractive.
not conventionally attractive men. I do, but I just find that I always end up really, really liking the other ones.
Well, if you are gorgeous but you've no personality, hasta la vista.
Because if you can't make me laugh, because I'm a giggler as well.
Do you know what? Speaking of us, not related to men or anything, when we were like, before I went on your podcast and before the whole idea of this, we bonded over Casamigos.
Yeah, we did. Because I remember you started getting into tequila, and I was like, there's like a list of like ones that are really good, and I knew that if you liked tequila, you'd like the ones that I liked.
Yes.
So I was like, the Don Julio Blanco, the Casamigos Blanco, like anything that's like a clear tequila, you're usually good with. 1942 is good, but it's not as good as what people make it out to be.
I've had 94. Is there a 1942 Blanco?
No, that's the Don Julio Blanco. That's the one I'm talking about. That's better.
I drank that in
That's better. Yeah. That's better than 1942. 1942 is so expensive. But 1942 is nice. It's more caramely, but it would give you the tongue sweats, like. Whereas clear tequila doesn't.
What's a tongue sweat?
Do you know when you get like, you're about to get sick and your tongue starts like doing this like watery thing?
No.
Rebecca, what way do you get sick? Because every time I say this to people, they're like, oh my God, that's a perfect way to describe it. Like, you know when you start and you're about to get sick and your mouth just like gets all salivy?
I've never thought of it as my tongue sweating though.
Yeah, that's what I call it, the tongue sweats.
Interesting.
I know. Well, it's a new word for everyone now.
I don't like vomiting.
I don't either, but I do get sick a lot from alcohol, as we know. And tequila is the only drink that doesn't give me.
Tequila is an upper.
Mm-hmm.
It's an upper. That's why I started liking it.
Depressants then, aren't
That's why I started liking it, because I'm not an alcohol girly. Like
You're not a casual drink. You like your Bacardi and Coke, so
no, Malibu.
Malibu, sorry.
And Malibu tastes like holidays. Delicious.
Does. It's so sweet, but it gives you a headache after a few, doesn't it?
No.
So sweet.
If you're having like Malibu and regular Coke, yeah. But I have like Coke Zeros, and then I'd switch to like Malibu pineapple.
Do you know what you should have it with, the Rosalia Coke? That would be so good. Rosalia.
We also have a combined love of Rosalia.
We do, and Raoul.
Sorry, back to men. Rosalia and Raoul.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I literally, if I could show video to the universe and what I want in a man, that relationship is what I want.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's the type of content I want to create with a man. Like all these cute videos. Like the next man I date that I fall in love with.
I love him so much. It actually like makes my heart weep a bit.
The next man I date that I fall in love with, I'm from the get-go being a photos and videos girl. Just for memories. Oh, this is because that video.
Yeah.
On Coachella.
I know.
The playing. I was like, but this is what I want. But you can't have all those cute videos if you don't.
No, I was trying when she put it up and announced it on her Instagram, although they were engaged with the year, but like when she put it up and like it was like all the ending bits of like them on their holidays, them the city, like everything. And I started learning Spanish. Don't know if anyone knows that, but they're like in the song, they're basically saying like that the type of love that they have is like so like it just everything that reminds them of their love, like you know, cigarettes, Sunday in the city, and melon, like everything, and then being like where are you going, like don't leave me, and all this, and it's just like the most beautiful, and it's like give me one of the kisses that I love, and all of this.
Also like Spanish, Portuguese, they're known as the
language of love.
Yeah. See, English
shite.
Yeah.
So
whereas
bad.
when you
actually, you know what is also the language of love? Irish. And I have some sayings that I'd like to say to you all now.
Oh, okay.
I know. This is
a surprise. We haven't talked about this.
No, we haven't. So I started saving these.
Okay, can I guess what they mean though? Because I feel like you might be a bit better at Irish than I am.
I'm not at all, but yeah, of course you can. So this is an old Irish way of confessing your love for someone.
Yeah.
Tá mé crackálse I dhia.
I'm cracked in your life.
Oh my God, it's so close. I'm crazy in your wake. It means like I'm mad when you're gone.
I like that.
Yeah, and then the next one is bhá leat a bheith curtha le a winter.
Ervala, would you like
Yeah.
Curlat to give you Curlat?
Avec curha lima winter. Winter threw me off as well.
Winter sounds like moon tour, and that's
It does. That's what threw me off. It's an old Irish marriage proposal.
Wow.
And it means, would you like to be buried with my people? And that's so beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
I have one more.
Okay.
It's too much story. I said that wrong, definitely.
You are my
little sweetheart.
Oh.
Isn't that so beautiful? And then this is the last one. Last one, folks.
Is Irish really a love like a language of love?
I didn't think it was, but since I've seen these, I'm like, maybe it is. And also, I'll give the TikTok that I've got these from afterwards. Leigh to veg crown more.
You read my head, my mind.
Cool.
You read my big mind.
I get where you get that from crown, because crown is the same thing, but it's actually about a tree. It says
I get what you mean, but you're wrong.
I see what you're doing with it, but let's stop. It's an Irish language proverb and quote meaning great things can be achieved through small deeds, and it means a small axe can fell a big tree.
Like knock a tree.
Yeah, small deeds can get the job done. Isn't that cute?
It's cute.
That's my Irish lesson for today. And also the TikTok that I've got those from, because I'm absolutely not taking credit for that. I can't speak thing. It's called Nablaha Craig. And it's at Nablaha Craig.
Do you know what? I feel like everyone's TikTok for you pages are so different.
Yeah, mine's crazy.
Like, what side of TikTok are you on at the moment? Like, what's your thing?
Okay, so in the last week, would I be honest, what my TikTok was? So all I've been seeing is #1 Santa and Dave Sprinter.
Okay.
Love that. So on the Santa and Dave side, I'm also on the Philip Schofield side of TikTok.
Thank God I'm not on that side of TikTok.
On Philip Schofield, and I'm also on SZA tour, because I'm going to SZA soon and it's coming up. And I went on this really weird rabbit hole like yesterday. What was it on? I remember looking at it and being like, this is crazy. What am I looking at? Was it something to do with crabs or something? Like actual crabs.
That's interesting. I'm not on crab TikTok.
And then the rest of it is like, you know, those little movies that you see, and it's like part 1, part 2, part 3, but they're all like murder cases. Sorry, Terry Joe, and then that's it. That's what I'm done.
My For You page is so I'm on. Well, first I'm on Taylor Swift Eras Tour talk. So
I'm on Beyonce TikTok then.
I also have been seeing Beyonce, but more of Eras I've been seeing.
Yeah.
So I'm on Eras Tour TikTok. Then I'm on Orcas.
I was on that last year. What? No, sorry.
The Orcas are sinking the ships off Gibraltar.
Sorry, you sent me one of those videos, because I was like, I'm on that side. I'm not. Yeah, you did, I think.
Recently?
Yeah, I think it was, because there's no way why that would come up on my thing. Yeah, there was a few of them. They attacked the one boat.
Yeah, because I think they attacked the rudder of the sailboat. So that's to move the boat. So they break it off.
Oh my God.
So that's a weird side of TikTok I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm also on, what else comes up on my TikTok? That octopus guy.
Oh, Jake Shane, he comes up on mine as a Pussy PSA. Pussy PSA, what's going on? Oh, and Alex Earl's on mine. I might as well have gone on that trip.
Do you know who's that trip?
I might as well have gone on it. I basically
imagine being in Ibiza or Greece or Mykonos
and seeing Alex Earl. And apparently she was so nice to everyone that came up to her. She seems like such one of the girlies, because I said, Mom,
she is one of the girlies.
Me and Mom were talking about Ibiza yesterday, and I don't know why me and Mom were talking about Ibiza, but I remember just being like, oh, and Alex Earl, and she goes, yeah, I seen her trying to get into that metal dress. I was like, you're so one of the
that
girlies.
Metal dress was gorgeous.
But it would hurt like.
She
prioritizes looks over comfort, and I'm the opposite way around.
But also I feel like we're European, so we live in Europe.
Yeah.
When we go to like Spain and on these like group holidays, there's like, obviously you look good and you look hot.
Yeah.
But it's like you're wearing the flats, like it's not. When I went, it wasn't heavily outfits driven. Like we wore like, I don't know, shorts or, you know, it wasn't. Whereas the American girlies coming to Europe, it's like they're going to Vegas.
Oh yeah, and I was laughing when she was like, because obviously like she goes to Miami or whatever, like that college. Yeah. And she was like, Miami doesn't have a patch in Ibiza, and I was like, that's actually so true, because like It's actually crazy there.
I've never been.
It's crazy. I went before, but I don't think I was in the right headspace to go, and I came back after like 3 days. I was supposed to be there 10 days.
Stop.
Yeah, I swapped my flight. I had to come home, but it was so intense. Like it was like relentless. Like, and it's so expensive. I remember I paid like €60 for 2 vodka whites single and a bottle of water. That was good. That was back in 2018.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Now I saw somebody paid a double vodka white €45 in one of the clubs the last day.
No, because it wouldn't even be an option. Like I did Santa Ponza, Ayia Napa. I did Ayia Napa twice. Santa Ponza. Where else did I go?
I think I could do
Thailand.
Ibiza, but the daytime. I'm not a late night girl anymore. I can't do it. I need my bed. I'm a snoozy girl, and I'm fine with that. Like,
Yeah.
but I am a snoozy girl, and I do need to sleep. Like, so like I could do the all day partying in the beach clubs, but I will be in bed by 10 o'clock that night, and I'm sleeping till 9 a.m. the next morning. Like,
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it that way. But I feel like the way we did do it wasn't the Alex Earl way. But Alex Earl is very much so on my TikTok. And do you know who was on my TikTok recently? Kylie Jenner.
she's up on mine a lot.
She was vlogging in her house, like showing her
Richie effect.
Sophia Richie, Kylie Jenner. But I'm very like quick with the not interested.
I block people all the time. It's
Same.
so funny. Like I'm so heavy on that block rotation button.
I've no shame.
No, and like one of the girls sent me a video yesterday, the day before, and she was like, "Oh, ha ha ha," about the TikTok, and I was just like, "Oh, what is it? It's been taken down." And she goes, "No, it isn't. It's still up." And she was like, "Do you have him blocked?" And I was like, "What's his name?" And she said his name, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's blocked for life. I'm never going to see his content again." And like, you can't do this thing where you mute someone on TikTok, so you have to block them.
Or the not interested button.
Yeah, and they're not interested. It works, but not fully. Like, you'll still get 1 or 2 videos spat at you.
The
from
amount of
friends.
times I not interested Andrew Tate was like
How he
every
easy to go.
second TikTok I was like not interested because it wasn't even him.
It was the hashtags and it was the algorithm.
It wasn't even him, his videos. It was like people reposting his video. So they just kept coming back. And I was like,
Yeah.
get rid. But yeah, my TikTok For You page is interesting. I'm obsessed with TikTok.
Do you know what I'm really after getting into actually in the last day or two? And I swear, when I was talking to you today and I was in town, I was gonna like run up, and I didn't. I'm gonna get it tomorrow, I think. I want to get a salad washer, a new one, but a high tech one, because I'm on the gut, not the gut food side of TikTok, but
Supplements.
No, like
Hormone health.
No, just actually this girl, she like does these really really tasty like things, because I'm like celiac.
Okay.
But I still eat gluten, which I need to stop. But I just like, maybe I should start taking care of myself a bit better, you know? So I'm just going to eat more salads. But I want a salad spinner, and I'm going to do a lot of the things she said. And I was like, I'm going to actually go buy myself one. And I was like,
how much is a salad spinner?
They're usually like a 10 or 20.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
going to get like one for like 40, 50. I want the high end.
You're like, I want the most
It's probably the same
expensive
thing. Like,
Venus and Taurus.
now 1 second.
21, can you do something for me? Hi. Hi. Right, okay. So, Niamh, I want to ask you a very serious question.
Okay, this is not going to be serious, I bet you. Go on.
That was just rude.
What was the question? So,
I hadn't thought of it.
well, there we go.
I was just waiting for
I knew it.
Okay, so I want you to give me right now, I think in every episode of Pay Attention,
Yes.
we need to have something that we want people to pay more attention to at the moment.
Okay.
So it can be like something going on with pop culture that you like, or something going on with like the world
Yeah.
that you think people are just not paying enough attention to.
Okay.
So top 3 things.
A top 3? I wouldn't even have a top 1 off the
Do you
top
not
of my
have something
head.
that you think
Okay.
you want to draw attention to right now? Like,
Yes, I do.
what is it?
It's funny you asked that question, Rebecca, and keep asking questions like that, because those questions make me think. Things I want people to pay attention to is, I've actually a very controversial one.
Oh yeah, that's what we want.
Okay.
Gorgina.
I think there has to be a line on self-work at some point.
Like self-help books.
Mm-hmm. I'm really like, I don't even want people, and I'm literally stuttering because I have so many thoughts. My brain's just rushing them out.
Gorge.
My whole thing about self-help books is amazing. If you need a self-help book, or you want to learn how to change a behavior pattern, or you want to change a certain aspect of yourself, by all means, a self-help book is amazing for that, right? But there has to be a certain line. You can't keep reading self-help books, because you're going to start changing and morphing yourself into this person that the book wants you to be every time, and you're going to continuously think that like you need to be this level of perfection. And humans are flawed. We're all flawed. We all make mistakes. And the whole point of like human nature and learning is like you need to make these mistakes. And if you need a bit of support from a book, amazing, but there has to be a certain line with self-help books, I feel like.
I feel like I definitely got in a bit of a hole with self-help books.
Did you?
So I was like reading so many self-help podcasts, and not even for like a perspective of like I need this self-help, but it was just I don't like fiction.
I love fiction.
Because fiction, I read a book called A Girl Called Blue when I was, I'd say about 12.
Did it traumatize you?
Traumatized me.
Yeah, no.
Traumatized me. And that was it. I was done.
I really want you to read fiction books, but I would love if we could do this thing in the pod where I give you a book.
A book. Oh my God. And we do like a
Yeah.
swapsies.
Because I think your brain never switches off, and I always say to you, like, I would actually hate to live in your brain for 2 seconds, because it's always on the go. Like, even when it came to this podcast, I was like, Rebecca, you need to take a break at a certain point. Like, this is just non-stop. Like, and I would love you to find that form of escapism in reading, and I think you would if the right books were handed to you.
Do you know what though? I found a form of non-fiction.
Okay.
That is not self-help. It's
in the middle.
It's stories. So there's this guy, he's a past life regressionist.
Amazing. I did that once in my life.
That I actually, you what? Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
I did it,
What?
yeah.
What happened? Tell me everything.
Oh my God, it's actually so messed up. Like you're meditating and you think like, okay, this isn't going to work on me.
Did you go to a past life regressioner?
No, I did it on my own, and I didn't because so I you do this meditation guide thing, and I was so big into meditation at the time, which I need to get back into. I really love meditation.
I love meditation.
I love it. So with the whole thing is like you do this meditation guide, the guide talks you through it, and that's fine, but like you actually get sucked into this loophole while you're doing it. And like anyone who knows me, I don't have a creative brain. I can't even visualize an outfit. Like I can't imagine things. I can't paint a picture in my head. So I can't see things because I'm the other side of the brain, if that makes sense. I'm more like numbery.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I can't actually visualize things.
I'm the opposite. Actually, no, I think I'm both.
Yeah, but my dreams are crazy. Then like I have the most vivid dreams ever. But so I did the regression thing, and the first one was I was a sailor in Spain in like back in like 13 or 15 or something.
In 1942, when they sailed the ocean blue.
Girl. So it was like really, really young, but I was like one of the young guys, and I was a young boy when I came off the boat, and then I was there, and then I can't really remember what happened. I think I went back out to sea and I died at sea. The second one was I was like a lady of the manor, and I was with one of my friends, and we were walking into this banquet hall, and we were laughing. I think it was like one of those like courtship ones where like they pair you or something, and then it just like flashed forward in my head, and it was like me, but I didn't look like me. I looked like someone completely different.
But you felt like it was you.
But I knew it was me.
Yeah.
And I was standing at a window crying, looking out, and I had a nanny minding my child in the background, and my husband was off somewhere, and I was crying because my friend who I went to the hall with had died, and I had never gotten over it. So I just spent my days standing in that room
crying,
and then. The third one was, it was the 70s, and I was in New York, and I was ginger, and I, like a gorgeous redheaded woman, but I was hooked on drugs, and I died of a drug overdose.
Wow.
And then the last one was, all I saw was white, so I think I was a baby that never came into the world. Yeah.
You had like a full, you gave yourself a full
regression. Yeah.
Because that's it. Like there's people who do like past life regression therapy. Dr. Brian Weiss was a regular therapist, didn't believe in like past life regression, didn't believe in anything like that. And basically he was like, he always took people back to childhood.
Yeah.
But he took this woman back one time, and she went like way back into like a past life, and he didn't believe in it, but like kept going with it. And that's when he started like delving more and more into it, because he started with this like one woman. So he has a book called Many Lives, Many Masters. And I was going to actually recommend it to you yesterday.
I think I bought that book, but I haven't read it yet. I have that book.
No, oh my God, you
I
have
swear
to.
in my life I have it.
I was going to recommend like him and Dolores Cannon to you, because...
So I bought him in my series of reading non-fiction, but then I stopped reading non-fiction, but I have the book.
Yeah, okay, so that's not like self-helpy.
Okay, so I thought it was. I thought it was like... Because I read The Mastery of Self-Love, and I was like, oh, that kind of has a similar kind of... title,
yes.
So I was like, maybe it's around the same thing, but it obviously isn't.
It's absolutely not.
Okay.
Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Instagram, payattention.pod.
Because you need to pay attention to what we say.
Yeah, pay attention to us. We have so many episodes coming every single Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're so excited. I hope you enjoyed this pod. It was a real... We're just like getting into it, you know, we need to get into a flow.
Yeah.
But this pod is very much so going to be like chilling with the two of us, like as if you're chilling with your bestie.
That one on my arm? Oh my God.
Niv is getting
It is going to be like chilling with your bestie, because to be honest, like it's just a chat, like, and it's not one of those drama gossipy ones. It's just chatting, pop culture, stories, things you need to pay attention to,
exes, heartbreak.
Big sister advice.
We're going to do it all.
We're edging towards our 30s, guys. We're not there yet, but we're in our late 20s. So we do have some good advice that you might want.
Number 1 piece of advice.
Close the door when you're going
Don't have a ring light on and leave the door open while you go inside to make margaritas.
I actually call them midgets or midgies.
I don't know what people call them.
Irish people call them midgies.
They're not. They're like mosquitoes, but
they're
small.
Little. That's why we call them midgie. They're like little midget mosquitoes.
I've never actually seen this many mosquitoes.
Yeah, we're in the countryside now, girl.
Anyway, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
We're signing off. See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Ciao. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Pay attention.
Slay.